Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Southern Guns. So, today we're going to try and talk about that Axeon scope again. Alright, so right here we got this Axeon 1x6 scope. As you can see, it's on my 16-inch AR. This is more of my DMR rifle. So let's go ahead. First thing we're going to do, we're going to make sure the gun is safe to shoot. Clear, right? So, gun's clear. So, on my Axeon scope, this is a 1x6 scope. As you can see, it is a 1x6. Right now, it is sitting on an Aero Precision mount. Excuse me. Axeon is a newer company. Disclaimer before I go any farther: Axeon did hook me up with this scope. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Probably one of my, good people take care of me. So I just want to put that out there that they did hook me up with this scope. But before we go any farther, I'm also going to give another disclaimer. That doesn't mean I'm going to turn around and be any nicer. I'm going to say whatever I think. So, you got past that, right? So, you got your Axeon scope here. What to say about this scope? It's a good scope. I'm going to kind of give you some quick features, some down and dirty, okay? I know we've talked about this before. I'm going to do it one more time. The only reason I'm going to go over this again is just kind of give some background real quick. This video is really more about me zeroing this rifle for an upcoming two-gun match. Axeon is a newer scope, a newer company. This is their 1x6 scope. You can be had under $200 after taxes and shipping. I would say it's right about $200 mark. It is a 1x6 by 24 second focal plane. It has a mil-dot reticle. Of course, cap dials on it. Dials are half MOA to 100 yards. Okay. The scope has two little caps you can flip open. The scope is, I do believe, a 30mm scope. It's really nice. That is a great feature, by the way. If you've never tried to use that, really good feature. Has a lot of elevation you can use. Scope isn't really heavy. The dial moves fairly quick. I mean, I can sit here and flip it over, left to right. Yeah. Now, if you hear shooting in the background, that's my kids. They just discovered that 22, and 22 plus steel equals a whole lot of fun. Anyway, so you can go from 6 down to 1 back to 6. It's a great little feature to have. When I'm shooting, I need to come back. I'm at 1. I come up to a target. I know I need to hit it. Just come back down. I'm at 6. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we are going to zero this at 100 yards. So because I'm shooting a two-gun match, the two-gun match could be as far out as, some good two-gun matches. It's going to be having as far out as 300 yards. Okay. So in these kind of matches, you're not really shooting for bench rest accuracy. You're just shooting for field grade. So that's 1 MOA or better. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to zero this at 200 yards. The reason being, at 100 yards, it's only going to be about 2 inches high, there and about. 200 yards will be back to 0. And then 300 yards, I want to hold off using my mills. So that way I don't have to get out there and be like, well, I'm at 200 yards, just fire, and then forget about that. Because after I shoot, I'm going to be running to the next stage. We don't want that. That's the whole point of having mil dots. I want to come in 100, okay, 200, and then at 300, now I'm going to hold off using my mil dots. Okay? So we're going to try and go to the range, and I will talk in between each section, okay? All right, see you.
How's it going?
All right, how you doing?
Doing good?
Ready for some action?
Okay.
I got my pen in there. Let's just go ahead and sit you down. Say 14 or 13, either one. You didn't get on it all?
Two of them. What? 2 of them are pretty decent. Pretty much where I want them to be. We'll do 2 more in this. I'll call it then. And I think a lot of that has to do with just me.
Hey, you want me to do it?
No, I don't want nobody shooting a gun for me. Oh, now see, that's a lot better. Now come here and look. I think I'm happy right where it's sitting at. So, we shot at 100 yards. Okay. So like I said, disclaimer, a lot of my ammo, this particular ammo I'm using is, I'm not going to mention the brand name of the manufacturer, I just don't want to. Just my personal preference, because I swap up from time to time, and I find that some bullet makers are better than others. That's not to say one bullet maker is bad, it's just this one is better for a specific application than this one. In this particular time, I'm using 55 grain full metal jackets. They're good plinking ammo, not good precision ammo, okay? Let's just leave that there. There's a reason I'm telling you this. You'll find out here farther along in this video. So at 100 yards, we zeroed this rifle at about 2 inches high. That's perfect for what we're going to be doing. I ain't really worried about, you know, this, because when you're covered in mud and you've been running a 2-gun and you've ran a mile and a half and you're breathing heavy, you know, you're shooting at a man-sized target, you know, if you just got to get your breathing now, and you got 20 pounds of gear on you. You're just hitting the target. It's your goal in life right now. Winning them away is fine for this. All right. So you saw what happened. We shot 3 shots, went back, shot 3 more. We had a confirmed 0. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move out to 200 yards, and we're going to see how well this tracks now. 200 yards is going to see where it's at, and then after that, then we're going to go out to 300. So let's go ahead and do the 200 yard now.
I'm gonna creep over there real quick to
Excellent. Just move it over a little bit.
Hey, come here, look at that.
Nah, that's stacked. How far?
200.
That's a good group.
What's that?
Half inch.
Half inch ain't bad.
Just move it over a little.
Thanks, bud. Okay, so now we shot out 200 yards. Okay, what you saw was scope was perfect. Okay, everything worked perfect. Had to adjust a little bit, which is fine, no big deal. You know, we adjusted the dials, capped it back on. We're good. You know, at this point now, at 200 yards, I don't have to adjust nothing no more. Now this gun's set. Right? So it has a 2-inch high at 100. Now we're back down dead center at 200. We're good. So far, my thoughts on the scope, it is crystal clear. Right? Now, we're going to go out to 300, and this is where it's going to try and get a little bit more interesting, because now I'm going to start using the mills. Now, I know a lot of guys know how to use mills. Some people, they don't. A lot of scopes now, they're designed with a kind of a mill-based system. Here's a little caveat. When they're second focal plane scopes like this one is, your mill dots or any type of ranging system, calibrated system, is normally used at the highest setting. So for this one, it is at 6 power. Those mills don't work any other time, right? I'm not going to go down to that, you know, down that rabbit hole of, you know, mills and everything else and their measurements and everything. That's for a whole nother discussion. We're just going to say, I'm going to use mills from here on out to actually make any shots past 200 yards. All right, so let's go ahead and do that one next.
String is perfect.
Okay. And it could be, now these are like general purpose, like if you look how round these tips are.
Yeah.
We ain't talking precision. This is general purpose,
Oh,
just
yeah.
plinking loads, okay?
Right.
So you're not looking at like...
Yeah. All right, new one.
All right.
All right. Oh, fuck, you pulled that one. That's a 5, and it's left. That's a 9. That's a 10. I'm sorry, 10. That's a 10. Those two are great. I think you just pulled that one.
So let's just say 1 mil at 300.
Yeah.
1 mil high.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not going to sit here and keep chasing 0.
You want to shoot 6?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we pretty much know it's right there in that area.
Yeah.
I mean, would you be comfortable saying that's about a
Oh,
long
yes. Yeah. Yep. Very much so.
Let me try this again. Okay, so we've shot out to 300 yards. So I found that holding 1 mil high was the best that I could do. All right. At this point, this is where I'm going to see my plinking ammo kind of starting to get wobbly. It didn't have that ammo is really good for plinking. You know, basic just practice ammo. It's not good for precision. So at 300, it's kind of like, not really the best. This is where I'm going to start seeing problems. But, you know, for what I'm shooting, this is still going to work. So at 300 yards, I'm going to start using my mils on the scope. Now we're looking at 1 mil high. All right, so I really like, so far, I'm liking this scope. You know, now I'm going to mention there's some, now, as I said, I'm going to try and say things I don't like. This scope is not illuminated. It kind of keeps your price below 200. It's not bad, not good either. Not bad for the price, not good because even in broad daylight, I'm looking at a black dot, and the black dot on this, on another black dot, you ain't seeing anything. If it was illuminated, even just a tad bit, that would have been, you know, helpful. Not a deal breaker, but it is something to think about if you are looking for a serious scope. Even just a hair, just a tad bit of illumination. We're not talking like illuminated in the sun. We're talking about just enough to be able to see it. It will make a difference, okay? I've seen, you know, center point scopes. Hallmark brand center point, which is owned by Crossman. They are illuminated. Guys, something to think about. Would help out in bunches, okay? Just, it would be nice to have. Not a deal breaker, but it would be nice. Because at this point, when I'm going to say that would be something I would be looking at. All right. But again, other than that, the tracking so far has been on. The mills has been calibrated, and I'm good with where the mills is at. We already decided we're going to hold 1 mil high. We did hold 1 mil high, and it shot just fine. Okay, so we're going to go out to 600. All right, let's see how this works. I'm already knowing that my bullets ain't working too well, so we're going to see how this works. All right, let's try this out.
I mean,
I haven't adjusted anything on the dials yet. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to use the mills.
so you haven't adjusted anything?
No.
Oh, aim for your number board. Aim for the number board above your target.
Where you want me to aim at?
Close your boat.
Favor a little bit towards the 9, but let's try dead center
Dead center of the target?
of your number board.
Oh, dead center of the number 29.
Correct. Favor a hair towards the 9 though.
Nothing.
Try the bottom of the number board.
Nothing. No.
It sounds like it's impacting that target.
Well, boys, here's my thoughts. If it ain't hitting, ain't no slinging lead. Pointlessly slinging lead. I got it at 300 yards. I mean, if it ain't gonna hit, ain't no point in wasting ammo.
It'll hit
Hold
it.
on. Give me one
Can-
more shot.
Let me shoot it. Can
Go
I
ahead.
shoot it?
I don't care.
I want to run out to 6.
Alright. What can I say? 600 yards. I didn't get out there. Not the gun's fault. I've shot this gun for about a year or so. This is a 1x7. This is a 16-inch barrel, stainless steel barrel, 1x7 with a rifle length gas system. Oh, I'm sorry, mid-length gas system. The barrel's fine, everything's fine. I've shot this gun to an amazing degree of accuracy. It has nothing to do with the gun. It has nothing to do with the scope. And the reason I wasn't hitting, the bullets just wasn't good for that, okay? It had nothing else to do with anything else. I shot that with 3 different shooters, made an effort, and not one of them could try and even get close to what we're hitting at. Sucks. To be honest with you, it sucks. It's embarrassing. For any shooter, you don't want to be saying, well, I can't do it. We'll come back out with some better bullets. We'll try it again. But for this competition, I want to say my gun is 0. I want to say I got some good dope. 300. I got a good 0, good dope out to 300 yards. So for this 2 gun, I'm going to be pretty confident. I want to say again, thanks to the guys at Axeon or I can't say this word. Thanks to the guys who hooked me up with this scope. I'm really appreciative. I want to go out. Hopefully I'll do y'all proud, guys. We'll see how I do. You know, 2 goals I always have in any match. Don't come in last. Don't get DQ'd. That's my 2 biggest goals. Anything else than that, I consider it a win. You know, I'm pretty confident this is going to be a good gun for this match. This is more of a DMR style rifle. You know, this is going to be good out to my 300 yard mark. Okay. With good ammo, we could try and send this puppy out to 600 yards. I have shot this specific gun at 600 yards, just not with this scope. I'm really looking forward to this match. I'm really looking forward to running this scope. One of the things, like I said before, I really like the fact that I can take my finger, I'm shooting, I can sling down, and I'm at 600. I'm at 6 power. So if I'm running and gunning through a CQB course, you know, I'm sitting here shooting, I come out, take 1 step, take my hand, flip over, I'm out at 6 power, and I can make that shot. No problem. They did really good with that. I don't know if you can see that there is a little knob here. Grip your finger on and just swing it, okay? Overall, my opinions of the scope so far, I like it. I really like it. If you are just wanting to get into having a good quality scope, but you don't want to pour that money into it, you're going to be good to go with this, okay? You're not going to try and spend any wrong money, all right? It'll get you in there. And if you decide to upgrade later, you still got a good scope, put it onto another gun, all right? So this has been my update of gear review and my zeroing of my new scope. Again, thanks to Axeon. Thanks to myself for sponsoring me. Thank you, Chris. And I guess that's all I got, man. All right, see y'all at the range.